Guys, modifying your truck does not have to be expensive. So I'm going to give you 5 different ways you can do it for less than $100. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's video. If you've never been here before, first off, I want to say welcome. I like to make videos talking about cars, trucks, modifying them. I like to share my experience and my buying advice with you guys. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notifications, and I think we should just get this video going. Today we're going to talk about, modifying trucks. Now with modifying any kind of car, it can be pretty expensive. That doesn't mean there aren't mods you can do that won't break the bank. Now my goal with this list is to give you a few different things you can do to help improve the functionality of your truck, make it a little bit more your own, as well as, modernize it a little bit. Now guys, the number one thing I have on this list is going to be LED lighting. Now I will say for under $100 you're probably not going to find, maybe headlights or main brake lights, but there's a lot of different lights you can change out. For instance, on my truck I changed out just my reverse lights. And I'll say, that made a huge difference as far as, how well I could see. One, just looking in my mirrors, and two, like through my backup camera. And I especially think any light on your truck that's normally white, I think getting that actually bright white LED color looks so much better than the stock halogen bulbs that probably came in a lot of your trucks. There's also a lot of interior options for things like your map lights and your main dome light. Another good option are things like your turn signal bulbs. Anything that goes on and off, if you do an LED, it'll be a much quicker on and off versus the kind of fade in, fade out of your halogen bulbs. And my number 2 modification is going to be a muffler delete. Now I know it's safe to say that a lot of you guys are probably against muffler deletes or straight piping your exhaust, but it doesn't really get much cheaper than cutting off your muffler, welding in a straight piece of steel. Now if you've got the know-how to do this yourself, obviously you can do it at home in your driveway. Otherwise you can get it done pretty affordably at just about any muffler shop, as long as there's not some crazy noise regulations in your state that are really strictly enforced. If you're really against cutting your muffler off altogether, you might be able to find some cheap just standalone mufflers out there as well, and just take it to a shop and have them welded in place of your factory muffler. Modification number 3. It's going to be spray in bed liner. Now I will say again, you're probably not going to get the top of the line Rhino liner or anything like that. You might be able to get a single container of it, but probably not enough to do your whole bed. Now if you go on Amazon, you can find a bunch of different options with pretty well rated stuff. It may not last quite as long or have the same kind of warranties as some of the other products has, but at the same time, if you don't have $400 or $500 to take your truck to a shop to have it done professionally with whatever products they have, but you still want to protect your bed, there's nothing wrong with using the more generic spray cans. Just read the product views and understand what you're getting yourself into. Also, another thing to remember with things like Rhino liner or any kind of spray liner, you don't have to use it just on the bed of your truck. Now, I'm not saying go cover your entire truck with it, but you can, a lot of people these days don't like chrome. So if you got an older truck that came with a chrome grille or chrome bumpers or chrome mirror caps, instead of spray painting it, consider putting some spray liner on it. Things like that might take a lot of abuse from going down the highway or down the trails or whatever it is you do. You put a durable, rubberized kind of strong coating on it, it'll make it look pretty good. Now on to modification number 4. Now this one, if you really want to, you can probably do it for free. And that's getting yourself one of these stubby antennas. Now depending on the year of your truck, mine for instance came with one of those long skinny bullwhip antennas. And I really can't stand the look of those things. Now if you want to go the free route, you can just chop that down to whatever size you want. But be mindful, you'll probably lose a lot of your reception. What a lot of people do is get one of these shorter, thicker options. Some of them even have some little chips in them and stuff like that supposedly helps. I don't know, haven't really tested. I will be doing a separate video on this to see what kind of reception loss I get. Who knows, I might not have any. But these are a really popular option, whether you're sticking on a budget or not. A lot of guys these days get that little 50 cal bullet size one, and I think those look pretty cool, but I personally just wanted something a little more standard. Now guys, the last mod on my list is actually going to be a practical one. There's a lot of people in this world. Some people use their trucks for work, some people just use it for pleasure. I'm not here to judge you do whatever you do, but the number 5 mod is going to be just getting an actual tow hitch for your truck. Now I know some of you probably already have a tow hitch on your truck, or maybe it came with one. But just realize there's a lot of different options out there. And there might be something that better suits your needs. Now this is another one of those areas too where you can spend a little or you can spend a lot. For under $100, you can get a basic one, depending on what size you want. You can even get one of those 3 or 4 sided options that has the different size balls on it, depending on the weight capacity of your trailer. If you're like me and you don't really tow a lot, but maybe you still want to have an extra tow point on the back of your truck, they've got options where you basically just mount a D-ring in that spot. So if you're ever four-wheeling with your buddies or anything like that, you've got a good center point to tie a rope on. And if you really want to go full bro dozer, just get you one of those giant 4 or 5 inch hooks off the back. Now guys, these are 5 simple mods that anybody can do to their truck. Now just keep in mind, obviously these are all mods under $100, so you're not going to get anything too crazy. But this can be just kind of like a stepping stone for you to get your journey started with a new truck, or to help you refresh an older one. Now guys, I'm going to do a few more of these videos covering a few more price points. I think maybe the next one will probably be mods under $500. You might be surprised what you can get for that kind of money. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, stick around. We'll see you in the next one. Y'all take care.